Hey, it's just so Trish, and I am so excited. We are talking planners, and we're talking planners with Kay at Shem Homeschool Academy. So, if you don't know her, she has an amazing channel. And on her channel, she covers all things homeschooling. And I just want to show you right here. This is the video of hers, and that she gets talking about a simple plan. So I've been following Kay at Shem Homeschool Academy probably for the past 6 months. And I love it because she's always doing reviews on how she's making homeschooling work, what she's using. And, you know, from one planner crazy mama to another, I see this video and she is going through the 2016-2017 planner by Mardell. I didn't even know it was out. I just had to chase her down and be like, we've got to talk about that. So here is, let me turn off my screen sharing. Here is Miss Kay from Shem Homeschool Academy. And would you call yourself a planner addict?
Definitely, because over the years I have purchased so many planners, sometimes twice, 3 times a year. So, you know, if one doesn't work, you swap it out and get something, you know, you upgrade. So definitely I have had my shares of planners.
So with that said, because I understand the struggle is real about sticking to one planner for the entire year. So have you had experience doing do you always buy your planners, or have you done homemade planners where you kind of build a binder and put it all together?
Well, in regard to homeschooling, the first year that we started homeschooling, I made the planner, I had it in a binder, and it didn't work for me because I needed pages that had things laid out already. So I ended up looking at different planners, and I stumbled upon the Mardell planner, and that has been the one that we stuck with. It works great for us. It's very direct. I just love it. I love the whole setup of the planner.
I used Mardell, and then I used a well-planned day, and then I made my own, and then, or no, I probably somewhere in there made my own, and I would get the binding machine, and I would laminate covers. And I mean, we've talked about this and kind of laughed about, I'm a little bit obsessive with scrapbook paper, and so like creating a planner. But one of the problems I ran into making my planner versus buying one, I'm just not invested to keep using it. You know, it seems like if I spend the money out there and I buy a pre-made planner, I have a tendency to actually use the planner versus just looking at this beautiful stack of paper I printed out.
I totally agree with that. I believe that you tend to focus more on a planner that you purchased because you did it. It's an investment, and not only that, there are certain things that are laid out for you. And I noticed that a lot of homeschool moms want things laid out for them because, you know, there's just so much to consider and so much to do with in terms of planning the homeschool year, planning lessons, all sorts of things. And especially if you have more than one child, then it can become very overwhelming. So to sit down and really recreate a planner from printing out printouts online and, you know, trying to put it together and coming up with other things, it can get a little bit daunting. So for me personally anyway, I prefer to have it all laid out already, and I can just kind of tweak it to my needs.
So with that said, I do want to kind of recap. Kay has 5 kids. I have 6. And if I can say for the both of us, I'm kind of on the same part of, I got enough to do than to go and create a planner to use. I kind of need to open up and just start working through.
Definitely. That was my whole point for buying it. And I remember when I first introduced my YouTube community to the Mardell planner, everyone was like, oh, well, you could have made it yourself, and that it's a little pricey. And I mean, to each his own. Some people enjoy making their planners. I'm a working mom. I need to, my time is very limited, so I don't really have time to make a planner, especially something, for the whole year. Then I have to consider a personal planner. Then I have to consider a home management binder. I mean, it gets to be too much. So I want something that simplifies it all.
So with that, a lot of times the argument becomes, now on Typical, I've spent between $20 and $30 for a planner, for a homeschool planner. And a lot of times you get, well, that was a lot of money. Is it really worth the money to buy a planner when you can just print out some paper and put it in a binder? So what's your take? Is it worth the money to spend? And I'll give you my point of view, but what do you say when a mom kind of has that question or doubt?
I absolutely believe that it is worth the investment because, first of all, we were discussing this earlier, the importance of having a homeschool setup, a homeschool planner setup. Every year, this planner is your documentation of your whole year, of your whole homeschool year. So if you have that and you take a copy of your homeschooling laws, put it in the pocket, and store it, in your basement or your garage or what have you, that is documentation for your whole year.
One of the things I like to think, because I've kind of run into, do I spend the money on the planner on something I want to get? And one of my issues, especially coming from previously working as a professional and being used to having my desk, and this is where I do my work, many times in homeschooling, we don't have that designated space. And for me, it kind of came into when I use my planner, this is where I work. And to say I want something that looks polished, that looks pretty, that is enjoyable for me to be in is a lot. And, to spend that $20, $30, sorry if the kids start fussing, to spend that $20, $30.
Right.
So I agree with you. It is, for me, I think, and again, it becomes a personal decision. Some people are very content to use a binder, but for me, it's kind of my personality somewhere injected in my workday and kind of qualifying the efforts I put forth as work. And this is my job, and I deserve, in part of my job, to have pretty things.
Yes, absolutely. And I do think that it is better to spend the money on that planner because most of the time when we're going to thrift stores or, if we're going shopping, we're picking up a whole lot of extra stuff that we really don't need. And that is money that could have gone toward one of these planners, or a planner rather, that could have been really beneficial to you with your homeschooling. I mean, yes, there are days, like you said, that I pick up my planner and I take it to work with me and I'm writing things in and, it's been great. But if I have a binder and I'm taking that to work, and I mean, it's just, it's a bit cumbersome. This is something that you can kind of, just throw in your bag or what have you. And I mean, it is a little bit big, but at least you can kind of, it's kind of portable, sort of portable. So
I agree. Okay, so last question. Do you, as obviously a planner addict in homeschool, do you try to use your planner to do everything in your life, or do you like to divide out your planners by, this is my personal planner, this is my home management planner, this is my homeschool planner? What kind of planner are you?
Definitely it has to be broken up because, again, it can just kind of get all mumbled and jumbled. I like to have things in order. So I definitely have my homeschooling planner. I have a homeschooling binder actually, but that is something that's like my home management binder. You don't take it out of the house. You don't use it every day. You know, it's something that is here, and the very, you know, my homeschooling laws are in there and all of that. I did a video on that binder. And also I have a personal, let's see, I have my personal planner right here. And I recently did a video on this, and this is a great, I love, love, love this planner. Oh, I cannot say enough great things about it. And surprisingly, someone had mentioned to me yesterday that they wanted to order this. And when she got on the website, it was sold out.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is an excellent, excellent, it has everything laid out for you. So, you know, I mean, they really put a lot of thought into making it. And that's what I like, planners that were well thought out, that you can plan your whole entire, you know, day, week, month, year, and, you know, without a lot of extra blank pages that you don't even know what to do with, you know, so definitely.
I'm a personal planner is the happy planner.
Ooh.
And I love it. I love the ability to pick out the different colors in it, which, funny enough, when you follow up on part 2 over at Miss K's channel, we will talk about my issue with scrapbook paper. But I really love this with the aspect of being able to keep up with the things that I'm doing. And I actually even keep a third one for just health and wellness, because it's not always about planning. Sometimes it's about journaling too. So I hope you enjoyed our visit. I really think that this was a lot of fun. I was so just motivated. I'm always motivated by Miss K's videos. She really just does an amazing job in the things she covers in her home. I will tell you, the first time I did a hangout with her, I was questioning everything on her shelves behind her, because I was like, okay, what is that? You know, she was very distracting to my thoughts on things I wanted to talk to her about, because I was so just impressed and just interested in everything that she has. I'm hoping that we'll be able to do a lot more of them. I will have an iCard up here for Miss K's channel. I'm going to have an iCard up here for her video on going through the new Mardell planner. And I'm going to have a video on part 2 of this collaboration. And we're going to follow up and finish up over at Shem Homeschool Academy. And we're going to kind of talk about the things her and I do to utilize our planner, from color coding to stickers, just the whole 9 yards, that what we bring to the table to make this planner or any planner useful, relevant, and applicable to our lives. So thank you so much for joining us. Please go check it out. Hit subscribe to my channel if you like what you see. Leave us a comment or a question, and give me an excuse to do another collaboration with Miss K, because it is so lovely always visiting with her. Peace out.